So I've stolen this concept from a book, and it's not a book that I've personally read. It's a concept that was taught to me by one of my own teachers, and I'm finding this particular concept reappearing in my life again. The concept is a concept in understanding anxiety a little bit better, and the concept involved a challenge of sorts. And the challenge was called the Coffee Challenge, and what I had to do, and what you may find yourself having to do at some point, is to go to a local Starbucks. Starbucks is perfect for this. They're everywhere. The people who work there don't particularly care about their jobs as much as somebody who worked at a mom and pop shop might, and they're likely to say no when you ask them the particular question you're getting ready to ask them. You go to a Starbucks, you go into the Starbucks and you ask for your coffee. You order whatever coffee it is you might want. And then when it comes time to pay, you say, I would like a 15% discount, please. And they might ask you why, and you're going to say, no reason. I just want a 15% discount. And they're going to tell you no, and you're going to ask maybe one more time, are you sure I can't have a 15% discount? And they might even ask you a second time if you have a reason and double check that you don't secretly work there. And you'll say, no, I just want a 15% discount. And hopefully they'll tell you no. And at this point, you'll pay full price. You'll sit down, they'll call your name, and you'll get up and you'll drink your coffee. And if you're like me, the idea of doing this will sound miserable. And you might even convince yourself, it doesn't sound that bad, I could do it. And you might be kind of right. And despite the fact that I was right, and that it wasn't that bad, and once I did it, it really wasn't that bad, it ended up taking me a year to do it. I told myself, I'm not going to be that dickhead. I don't want to do it. I gave myself all sorts of excuses. I figured out exactly the kind of excuses that would work on me, and it took me over a year to finally do it. And when I took my first student to do it, I surprised him. Once I had him in the car, I told him what we were going to go do. And he told me the entire ride there to go fuck myself and how much of a piece of fucking shit I was. And, he was kind of like laughing and giggling while telling me this, but he meant what he said. He was mad. He was angry. He was annoyed. He didn't want to do it, but he respected me as a teacher and he was going to go do what I was telling him to do. And as soon as we sat down, he was like, all right, I was being a whiny bitch. You're right. And that's exactly what I was doing before I went and did it. I was being a bit of a whiny bitch. And I'm finding myself thinking about that in this moment, the anxiety of knowing that you might be going through an experience that you very well might be told no. And it might be a job interview. It might be, you might be asking somebody out on a date and you might be afraid they're going to say no. And that these are things that happen in your life. And knowing that the anxiety of being told no is oftentimes worse than being told no is a very valuable experience to have in life.